Good morning, friends. How are we all doing today? Welcome to our stream, Shiny Oni Hardcore Nuzlocke of Soul Silver. We are currently in the midst of a Dratini hunt for extreme speed to add to the party after beating the Elite Four and going into Cannnot. So hopefully we can get some luck today. How is everyone though? I hope everyone is well. Peter, great to see you. 2:29 a.m. in Cali, make the dedication. I hope you're doing well though, my friend. Thank you for hopping in and joining today. Matt, great to see you. Haynes, how are you today? The Dunst, how are you today? Good first of all, you're Osirus. Great to hear, my friend. And Olio, good to see you. Morning, mate. Intel, hello, hello, hello. Right, let's get this started. So, I've made an error this morning with this because I normally, with my 3DSs, I normally have the bands on, so it's easier soft resetting, but we should be fine. We should be fine. We just need to remember not to nickname, so we don't need to go through the extra stages. See the first check. Have we got anything? No and no. That's fine though. It's fine. It's fine. Is the counter going to work properly? It is. Great stuff. Here we go. Right. Let's get into the swing of it. Doing well. Thank you for asking, Jared. Great to hear, mate. And what's the rest of the week looking like for you, mate? It's nice to be back streaming this after a while. I did want to do it yesterday. The plan was to do it yesterday, but I got a little bit sidetracked after doing the video for the Salamence raid, which is coming up tomorrow evening, so I didn't have time, but we are here today. That's all that matters, and we're back at it. Hopefully we can get this Dratini pretty swiftly. After this, we need one more member of the team. Now, I'm thinking we probably go for Ho-Oh and then we can maybe finish up. But if you guys have any suggestions, we could do a game corner hunt as well. I don't want to try and keep these in time if I can. Right, there we go. Yeah, you inspired me to play Hot Gold Soul Silver again, but I've been doing an RNG chat on run instead, so kind of cheating compared to what you're doing. Definitely not cheating. It sounds like a lot of fun. I hope it's been fun. And how are you getting on with it? That sounds awesome though. RNG chat run. That's where you have to give, like, have you give the chatot its own call, or do you not need to? But it's the different pitches of the chatot. The RNG is super hard to do that way. So Bubbles though, that sounds really good. Hope you're having fun with it. Do. Mighty, good to see you, mate. I got an extra special shiny Lugia. I named it Sebas because I love it so much. That's awesome to hear, mate. I am super happy that you've got that. Your shiny hunts have been going so well lately, mate. This is the 7th stream my name has been mentioned in. Dunst. Every time you come to the stream, you will get a mention for just being here, and I appreciate it. But how are you doing? I hope you're good. Olio, Ho-Oh or Umbreon? Ooh, Umbreon would be a great one to go for. I do think the Ho-Oh would be kind of nice because it would be like we'd have the Ho-Oh and we'd have the Lugia if we did that. That would be kind of cool. But I don't know. Umbreon would be a cool one to go after as well. On my final legendary shiny hunt in BDSP, just Ho-Oh left, managed to get Kyogre and 87 resets. Wow, that's amazing, Matt. That is great. The last one as well. That must feel good. When you finally get that as well, it's going to be so nice, mate, to have that complete set. It's a huge, monumental achievement. Like, hunting for the legendaries in BDSP is not easy. Should have the video up on the channel soon with some hunts from there. And they were a grind. So I know that I can relate to the pain, mate. A shiny Chifra. Wonder how many it is going to be all together. 6 months of hard work. I can imagine, mate. What do you think about Archen, and if you were to change its ability? Archen. For like Archeops. I like it as a Pokemon. I like its design a lot. I think I would definitely change its ability though. What would be a good ability on it? I feel like something like not broken would be probably quite good. I mean, you could give it Defiant, and that would make it pretty bust and probably quite usable. Intimidate, I think, would be quite good as well. Rockhead is like a secondary ability. Something like that. I don't know. What's your thoughts though? Let me know. It's been going swell. Just got red left to do. Oh, wow. I thought it was really tough, but actually now I understand it. I think it maybe is the easiest RNG method ever. It's funny how it works out like that when you kind of like approach it for the first time and you're like, oh man, this is just way over my head. And I feel like that a lot with stuff when I do it. And then after you've got into the swing of it, you're just like, nah, this is a piece of cake. That's super nice though, because it's going to mean that you're going to have like loads of ability to just keep using it in these games. And these games are great for getting some really exclusive, super nice shinies or hunts, whatever you want to go for. That's great to hear though. Mr. Browser, shiny Ho-Oh is cool. Yeah, shiny Ho-Oh is a banger shiny. Rich, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Have we just started? Hope you're okay. We have just started, mate. We're literally five minutes in, I think, if that. So you are just on time. I hope you're doing well though, mate. Great to see you as always. Trying to get 2 shiny type null at the moment in Sun and Moon. These resets are pure button mashing. I hope to get lucky and get one under odds. Me too, mate. Keep us up to date with how that hunt is going, but what a great one to go for. It's one that I have on the list that I want to do, but I just don't know if I'm going to have time to get in and do it before we get bank and stuff closed down, because I feel like this is probably the year that bank does close, but who knows, it might not be. We might have a little bit longer left with being able to go in for these older hunts and do them. But I don't know, I just feel like champions on the horizon. There'll be a big update to Pokemon Home and all of that stuff, and I feel like that'll be the time when they're like, okay, now we're closing it. But like I say, I could be completely wrong, I don't know. But good luck with the type null hunt regardless. Hope you do get lucky very soon, mate, and manage to pick it up nice and soon. But let us know if you do. I'd love to celebrate with you. James, good morning, mate. How are you doing? I'm so sorry, James. Since you're here, I saw your comment yesterday late last night asking about when this stream would return, and I knew it was going to be this morning, but I didn't reply, so I thought I'd just leave it to the surprise. So I hope you don't mind. I wasn't being ignorant, mate. It's hard to reply to every comment all the time on the channel, so I hope you understand. But it's great to have you here, mate. I hope you're doing well and you've had a fantastic morning. Might be coming in at the perfect time when we get this shiny Dratini. I battled against Chizingdra on the latest stream. How did it go, Mighty? But I wanted my golem to go boom, but I guess other time. How did the match play out? Did you win? Were you victorious, or did the mighty Chizingdra slay you? The Paradox Pokemon are all the creatures from all tomorrows, but leads disturbing and mangled. I wish we got more of the Paradox Pokemon, to be honest. Oh, we don't want a nickname. We don't. Well, we do, but for the speed of the hunt, we don't, because we need to check. We can only check after we nickname it. Mr. Holbrookie, great to see you, mate. How are you doing? I'm doing good, mate. Did not expect this stream. My day is already a lot better now. Best of luck with the shiny hunt. Thank you so much, mate. It's great to have you here, but doing all right. Looking forward to this one this morning. It's nice to be able to kind of jump back in and hopefully get into a bit more. I think going into next week will be a bit more of a settled schedule going forward for a while, so that'll be good. And I'm really looking. I really want to get this finished. Like, not that I want to see the back of it. I just feel like I want to get some other challenges or quests or hunts on the go as well. And we were talking, I did a members only stream on Monday, and we were talking about doing a Celebi giveaway. So the virtual console Celebi that I got on Crystal, I've got them all in Home, so I duplicated them all in Crystal and then ported them up through Bank and Home. So I'm probably going to do a giveaway for those at the end of this month or the start of next month, so keep an eye out for that one. That one should be quite good, but it will be on Sword and Shield. It won't be on Scarlet and Violet, because Celebi unfortunately is not in the Scarlet and Violet decks, which is very sad. Very, very sad. This is a handful to do this morning. I wish I had the bands to just make the resets a bit easier. I just realized something about the Paradox Pokemon. I like creatures. They are very, of course, no worries. I'll always feel bad asking it. Don't ever feel bad, mate. Always appreciate the questions. And it's always good because if I'm not got it on my mind, it makes me have it on my mind to think about scheduling it in. So never feel bad, mate. Right, have we got it? We have not yet. What legendary trio would you add as Paradox if there was a third DLC? Ooh, okay. I think I really like them, but I feel like they don't get much love, and I think they would make a really good Paradox trio where we'd see maybe a little bit more love for them, maybe a little bit more use in competitive play. It would be the late Guardians, so Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie. I think they're the ones that need a little bit of love because the rest of them are pretty good, right? We've had the Galarian birds, so they've had their kind of time. We've already got the beasts, so Raging Bolt, etc. So I think the late Guardians would be the ones that I would probably go for, to be honest, because I think they're cool Pokemon. They're a cool legendary trio from Gen 4, but they just never have had the love that, you know, a lot of the other kind of trios have had. I think the Genies, they've obviously got their Therian forms and stuff like that, so they're the ones that they're the outliers, I feel, and they would be cool Paradox Pokemon as well. So they would be the ones I would go for. What about yourself? Since Champions is under development, maybe we actually still have some time to hunt type null and pit. Yeah, that's true. I do think that. I'm curious when Champions will be released. I know a lot of people are expecting it to be what we see Worlds played on next year, which could be possible. I'm just not convinced. I don't know when to expect it, because if Gen 10 comes out next year, it's hard. I would love to see it released sooner, like, you know, for September this year, so the whole of the next VG season is on Champions. But I don't know what the possibilities are like. But like you say, still under development. We still have very little news. I think the only thing I'm doing at the minute is basing it off the same kind of time frame that we've had for Legend ZA, where it got released last year and we're not getting it for like another year and a half almost. So I'm feeling like, is that going to be what happens with Champions? We're going to have like a year and a half. Got revealed at that Pokemon Day Presents. Then we're going to have a long wait for it until it is fully in action. I don't know, but an adamant one would have been brilliant, wouldn't it? Walking Wake or Iron Leaves? Oh, I'd say probably Walking Wake. I do like it a lot. I like both of them, but if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose Walking Wake. What about yourself? Which Dynamax adventure hunts you didn't do yet? So Zygarde is definitely one that I need to go on and do, and we've got to do that before ZA comes out, 100%. So maybe that's a nice one to do on the side, you know, if we do the Colosseum stuff. That'd be kind of fun to do. I always feel like the Dynamax adventure hunts are better to do on like evening streams, which is probably one of the reasons why we haven't done many of those Dynamax hunts recently either. And you know how much I love going into Sword and Shield and shiny hunting. It's my favorite place. I actually have a bit more of an appreciation doing more hunts recently in Sword and Shield. 4 projects that I'm doing, big videos. I do have a little bit more appreciation for Sword and Shield, and a bit more like, I don't know, it's just being in those games. I really do appreciate them as games, whereas I think I probably wasn't the biggest fan of Sword and Shield. It's a bit like the Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon syndrome, and then when I go back into them, I think these games are actually really, really good. Jolly for both would have been brilliant there. Zyro, how are you doing, my friend? Great to see you, and thank you so much for the continued support and being a member here on the channel. 15 months, that's incredible, mate. Thank you so much. Good luck with the hunt. 15 months, mate. Hopefully we get it today. It'd be nice if we do. It'd be a great way to come back into this after a little while away from it and get this shiny Dratini. X, yeah, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Good to see you stream again. Gonna put on my tablet while I finish my work week, since it will be the holidays here in the Philippines starting Thursday. That's awesome. So it's a bit the same like over here in the UK. So it's Easter this weekend. So Friday, everything kind of starts shutting down for the holiday weekend, and nothing starts back up until Tuesday. So yeah, but I hope you have a great break away from work, and this last day is nice and easy for you to just get things finished up. Tob, how are you doing, mate? Been a while since we've done the Nuzlocke. It has been, mate. I hope you've been keeping well. Great to see you as always, though, my friend. And what's been going on? Hopefully we get this Dratini today. It'd be a great one to add to the team. So I was checking the team. We've lost a few members along the way, but we've still got four active Pokemon. So after this Dratini hunt, we do need another shiny Pokemon, because I think we have to have a team of 6 before we go into Cannnot and then tackle the gym leaders. So that's the big question. What are we going to go for? We've had suggestions for Ho-Oh, which I'm definitely behind. Umbrians and another one, which would be actually really cool. I wouldn't mind a Snorlax as well. I think a Snorlax is always going to be something I would probably like on my team always. So Snorlax would be cool. But I'm totally open to any suggestions what you guys would like. If you got any cool hunts that you think might be quite good to do. I think this one's quite a unique one though, so I'm quite happy doing this one. But yeah, throw them in the chat if you've got any suggestions. Zygarde would be a great community hunt on the stream, since it's so hard to beat solo hands. Yeah, 100%. I definitely will need help doing that, because solo running it is just near impossible. I mean, you can do it, but why put yourself through the pain when you got friends that you can do it with? So that's what we'll do for sure. I think we're about 100. I think we've done about 100 checks on it already, so we've hit odds. But how many more will it take to get it? That is going to be the question. Probably a lot more. I don't think I ever got to ask you, will you be in Seville? Oh no, I won't, mate. Just to know, I will get to see you next there or not. Also, by the way, I finalized the deal for the distribution cartridges. That is so exciting, mate. That is awesome to hear. No, unfortunately, I won't be in Seville next week. It is the last Reg G tournament of the European season. And then we're going to be moving into Reg I, which will be Utrecht. So, no, but I won't be in Seville. I think it's going to be a pretty cool event by all accounts, because there's a big festival or football game going on. I think you mentioned it to me when I saw you in Stockholm. So it sounds like it's going to be a busy weekend, but it should be lots of fun. Always fun doing events over in Spain as well. So I'm sad to miss out there, but no, it's kind of nice having the break as well. It does give me a chance to catch up with things on my end, and then streams and stuff as well. Professor Oak, how are you doing, mate? You should do the hunt for Shiny Chen Pao. Get that hunt started. Zedenchik, how are we doing today? Hope you're well, mate. Maybe the shiny Zygarde is the friends we made it along. Exactly, mate. Exactly that. That's what it's all about. It'd be so nice to get the shiny Zygarde though before Legends Air drops. I think that would be a really cool one to get. Maybe that's what we do next while we're in between deciding about what to do next. Colosseum is obviously on the list, and one that I feel like I would like to do, because I've never streamed Colosseum, and it's one of those games that I have very little knowledge on. So being able to learn about that, shiny hunting those games would be cool. And speaking with Riley's been a massive help in understanding what I would need to do and the best ways to do it. I think we'd have to play through the whole game, so the shiny hunt's a little bit easier at the end, so we can then re-encounter the trainer that we'd want for the Croconaw and then ribbon master it. And that could be a cool giveaway. I'd have to figure out how to get the ribbons on it before trading it up and keep it in a game where I could maybe duplicate it, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. So I don't know if that's even possible. Grace, hello, how are we doing today? Hope you're well. And how was your weekend? wait there. How was Sunday afternoon in particular? I hope you had a great Sunday afternoon. I had a brilliant Sunday afternoon, as you can imagine. But yeah, it was a great occasion up at the Cathedral on the Hill in Newcastle. It was a fantastic result. It was pretty expected, to be honest. I gotta take advantage of it. It's not often we get to I mean, it happens more often. I mean, in the last couple of seasons, I don't know if you've beat us, have you? I don't think you have beat us in a couple of seasons, so it's getting more frequently the other way around now. But you know, previously, when you used to be a good team, we very rarely got a result against you, so it was always a big deal. But it didn't feel like too much of a big deal this weekend. It was just run of the mill, get the points on the board, get going. And I especially wore this for you today because I knew you'd drop in, but it's great to see you. I hope you know I'm only joking. I'm only messing around. But I hope you're doing good and you appreciate the banter. Copa del Rey final, that's it. Barcelona versus Real Madrid League. Get hyped. Is that what's going to be on the week? Oh man, that is crazy. You know what? If I was in Seville, I would that would be the one thing that I would love to just go. I mean, even if you couldn't get tickets for it, I think going to like a local bar where the game's on would be very cool. Been trying breed shiny Feebas and have my fingers crossed. Pokemon, good luck with that hunt. That is a great hunt to do. I hope you get lucky very soon, but keep us up to date with how it's going. And Mighty Sir Toasty Toast has a great guide for shinies in. Oh mate, thank you so much for the point in the right direction. I will check that out. Thank you so much as well for the super chat, mate. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Always helpful with the shiny hunt information. I will check that out though. I've been trying to look at different videos and shiny hunts. I see a lot of people when they do the Cannnot hunt, they do it early on, so the resets are really painful. And we've got, oh, come here. Who is this? Who is coming here? Is this Matt? Matt, thank you so much for the 5 gifted members, mate. Really, 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 really kind of you. Chat, give Matt a huge amount of love because the amount of support Matt throws out for this channel is crazy. New members we've got as well. We've got Doc, Ijak. I'm sorry, I'm really mispronouncing that. Zachary, we've got Jojo, Didier, and where's the last one there? And Jay as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Matt, and welcome to all you new Squirtle Squad members of the channel. Really appreciate it, and hope you enjoy your time here as the members. We're going to have another members only stream to do the Deoxys giveaway very soon, so keep an eye out for that one. Shiny Hunter, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the super chat as well. That is so kind of you. Really appreciate the support. What's going on, mate? Good luck. I'm currently at 2,500 resets for both Lugia and Soul Silver, 2,500 resets for Pheromosa and Ultra Moon. I wonder which one's going to come first. Kind of hope the Lugia comes through sooner, just because I love Lugia shiny so much, and it's due. It's gonna come soon. Good luck with both of them though. Both banger shinies. Pheromosa is one of those really nice subtle shinies that I do love. A lot of time for that shiny. The Ultra Beasts are very cool, so good luck with them, mate. Thank you so much for the support, and more importantly, keep us up to date with how the hunts are going, and if you land on any of those sparkly Pokemon anytime soon, I would love to pop off, celebrate with you, and celebrate the grind. Rich Leechos violence today. It's okay, I'll let you have your moment. 50 years wait. Yeah, fair enough, Grace. No, I'll take it. I gotta take my moment in the sun. You always have to. Haynes, thank you so much for becoming our latest member on the channel as well. Great to have you join up, mate. And like I say, I hope you enjoy your time with everyone else. We've got some good stuff planned for members only content for over the next month or two, so that's one of the things I've been working on quite a lot in the background, so hopefully that should all start to come into phase over the next month or so. Like I say, the Selby hunt will probably be the next one after the Deoxys, not the Selby hunt, the Selby distribution. So Toasty Toast is a madman who captured Palkia in every mainline game and Ribbon mastered Scissor. Wow, that's crazy. Palkia in every mainline series game. Wild. You know what? I was going to bed last night and a video popped up on my timeline, and I need to go back and watch it, but it was like a new event had been discovered in Platinum, and I was like, what? I missed this, so I need to go back and actually check out what it is, because I'm curious. I really want to do some content in Platinum soon. If I can, that would be great. And Grace, thank you so much for the super chat. Are the Disneyland Cup celebrations still going on? Of course they are. Of course they are. You know, I don't know. Well, you know, I don't know. Like, obviously, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Especially when you look at like the job that Eddie's done with the money that we have not been able to spend. 3 transfer windows, no sign-ins at all. And to do what he's done with it, I don't think there's many other managers that would have been able to do what he's done with the squad that he's got. So you got to give massive props for him. And I think it's just, I think it adds to the whole achievement because it's been done with this group of players, this manager that has, it never really got the plaudits I think that he deserves. So it's nice, but poor Eddie's in hospital at the minute, so he's got pneumonia. So I'm hoping, I don't think he'll be back in action for a couple of weeks. So gotta have Mad Dog Tyndall taking the reins. He did a good job against you lot though the weekend, so I think we're in safe hands. But yes, the cup celebrations will be continued to be celebrated for the rest of the season, of course, especially if we get Champions League football on top of that. Can you imagine? What a season. I feel like Eddie, if we do get Champions League, Eddie has to be up there like as manager of the season, but I don't know if he'll get it. There's a lot of other contenders up there as well. I think Arnie Slot's done a really good job this year coming in, and I mean winning the league in your first year. I mean, he's got a good squad, but still, you know, got to implement your strategy, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, then you've got Nuno at Forest, who's done a phenomenal job. So there's a lot of different candidates, but we'll see. I mean, yeah, Grace. I mean, I probably shouldn't talk about managers when you're here, because I mean, your season hinges all on tomorrow night. I do worry if you go out against Leon, but let's hope that you get through. I want to see you go through. I do. I always want English clubs to do well in Europe, so I'd prefer. I mean, a Man United Spurs fan, I can't see Spurs going through against Frankfurt. I think because of the ties, how you've got them, I think you've got the more preferable, because you're at home this week, so I think that definitely makes it a little bit easier, whereas Spurs, I think, are away and they can only manage a draw at home, so it's going to be tricky for them for sure. And then Ange is definitely going to be, I think he goes regardless, even if you get Champions League football, but we'll see how it all plays out. Also got a shiny Genesect with Pokemon Black DNS events. Could also count it as a hunt because there's so many of it. Yeah, that's so true, mate. Yeah, it takes us so long. You're going cycling through the same ones over and over again. Oh man, have I lost connection with this? The back. It looks like it's back. Okay. Now I've lost the other one. Fantastic. Okay, wait there. I need to pull this up. There we go. Okay. We're back. Nuno is definitely up there, 100%. I like Amaron. I just think that he's having a hard time. I just think what's your man called that took over Ineos? He's an absolute joker, that guy. He's ruining your club more than it was ruined already, I feel. But I feel like he's a bit of a scapegoat for the Glazers, you know. Can't remember what is his name? Radcliffe. Is it Radcliffe? I don't know. I'm just pulling names out of the hat now. The bottom three weren't so bad. I do feel like, I think that the same for Tottenham as well, who are in probably a little bit more of a worse situation. I'd feel more confident about Man United staying up than Tottenham. Tottenham are dreadful. But yeah, it's strange. It's strange. And I think there's a long road back for both clubs really before, you know, I don't think it's like a one summer window fix. Come on, shiny Dratini, pop up. United sack Ten Hag to get an even worse manager than Amaran. United doing things, man. I like Amaran as a manager. I think he's really good, but he does have a very specific system, and he's very much like Ange, where he's not gonna change that approach, which is like, in one way I think I respect that a lot, because I think there's a lot of belief in that system being the system that, you know, will work for him, but he's just not got the personnel to get that system working. It needs a lot of really capable players, which he just doesn't have to play that system at all at the minute. So I think when Amaran is, if he ever gets the players that he needs to get that system working, I think Man United will be very good, very strong. But I mean, you're gonna have to spend a ridiculous amount of money, and because of the caps as well, it's kind of funny, right? So all these PSL caps that have come into the Premier League recently were basically put in place shortly after Newcastle got taken over to prevent us from spending like Chelsea and Man City, which is fine. But now it's come to the point where it's kind of causing a lot of issues for those big six, the Cartel 6 teams as well, because they're going to have problems not being able to spend the money that they want, or find loopholes to get around spending. So that, yeah, and I think because Man United have got so much like of an overhaul they need to do, I think it's going to be impossible for them to do in just 1 or 2 or 3 transfer windows. So we'll see where it goes. I don't think it feels like it's going to end well, but hopefully for Amaran. I do like Amaran a lot, but yeah, it's not looking good for them. It's not looking good. Jim Ratcliffe, yeah, there, Ratcliffe, yeah. He's not been the kindest to Newcastle, so I don't really have much time for the bloke. His comments about Dan Ashworth and our ownership time, I think it rubbed up a lot of people the wrong way, definitely myself, but he is just a scapegoat. Yeah, membership was overdue for a long time, my friend. The streams are always wholesome and fun, always brings me in a good mood. Sending big love. Thank you so much, mate, and you guys are a big reason for that. So it's gonna be nice to get back into a more regular schedule. Like I said, this week's kind of like the start of it, but next week going forward should be a lot better going forward schedule in the more regular streams. So I always miss it when I can't do it as much, but it's nice to jump back in, catch up with you all, and then start the schedule again. Hopefully get through these hunts, get this one finished, which would be great to do, and then yeah, decide what we're going to do next, because there's still so many different things to do. But I do feel like Colosseum is probably the one that we'll go into, but it doesn't mean like we can't do a bunch of stuff at the same time. Like we can do the Colosseum, and also do some other hunts at the same time, other little challenges to try and scoop things up before the inevitable bank closes down. The Zygarde hunt we've already mentioned, so lots on the horizon to keep us busy between now and ZA coming out, which I'm so excited for. And weirdly enough, I think it's Pokesumani on Twitter, they have a YouTube channel as well, and they get a lot of great information from Japan about the games. But the Japanese information about ZA, which is really interesting, the release date for ZA is still stating fall, and when like fall for them, you know, the last time that happened, it wasn't a November release. So I'm like, we're gonna get it before November, which would be pretty exciting. So it could be like even in September maybe that we get Legends ZA, which would be incredible if we get Legends ZA a little bit earlier than expected. Being fixed on your system doesn't really work in the Premier League. Worked for Ange in Scotland and Ruben in Portugal. That's so true as well, Zyro. Yeah, I think you've got to be so flexible, because you're coming up, I guess the thing to look at is you're coming up every week against so different like teams that are set up in different ways, have different threats across the board, so you can't just reliably, and it makes you a bit more easily play against, because you always know what the opponent's going to be doing because they're so rigid in their style, you know. So maybe you're right, it might never work. And like you say, when you combine that with the amount of money that needs to be spent to get that system working, is it going to be feasible? Probably not. No, we're going to continue with the morning streams. Always with the morning streams. We will continue on with these forevermore. I think we're just going to sprinkle in a few more of the evening ones as well. So, but we're not getting rid of these. This schedule will stick for sure. Jared, good morning. Mind telling me your Pokemon theme teams? Ooh, theme teams. What would I do if I went into Scarlet and Violet and did a theme shiny hunt run? I'd do a dark type run. That'd be kind of cool to do. Maybe a dark type run. I don't know. Would it be as exciting as doing something like a fairy type run? Dragon type run would be very cool, I think. There's a lot of options there. I think the first one I'd probably go for. And I'm not just copping out because we're doing the hunt right now, but Dratini would probably be one that I would go for straight away. So that would be kind of cool. Right, Mitely, let's see. Chizingra used a Terra Fighting Life Orb Mewtwo against my Snorlax and survived. Wow. Your Snorlax survived. That's pretty. I like it, mate. I'm a Wolves fan. Spurs were awful Sunday. Tom, you guys had an amazing result. How are you guys feeling about like Cunha talk at the minute? Because I try not to talk about like stuff like that because it annoys me when Isaac was repeatedly linked in the media that he was going to be moving to like Arsenal or Liverpool. But Cunha is one of those players that is definitely getting linked a lot at the moment to a lot of teams, including us. But I think the price tag that you put on him is pretty high, but probably fine because, I mean, Solanke went to Tottenham for like 65, was it? 60, 65, which I think is way too much, but he's a good player. But great result the weekend. Put them on the 2DS screen while I work. Awesome chill vibes to help my work morning go faster and much better, mate. I always appreciate you being here. We're not going to drop these though, for sure. Is your ZA team going to be all megas? Oh, I don't know, you know. I think I'm hoping we get, because we've had no news on like new Pokemon that'll be like introduced. I'm hoping we get some regional variants of Pokemon that already exist, which would be kind of cool because I'd like to probably have them in my team. Like we got the Hisuian Pokemon. I think that's one of the more exciting things. Probably I would tend to pick stuff that we maybe haven't had in games for a while. So I probably, if Togekiss is in the decks, then I will probably try and get something like a Togekiss and go along the lines of those Pokemon that we've not been able to use for a little while. But yeah, definitely have a few megas in there for sure. And probably more of the new megas rather than any of the older ones to begin with, at least. Like, let's say if Dragonite gets a Mega Evolution, I'm 100% going to be like, I have to have a Mega Dragonite on my team to play through this game. I'm hoping, Jarrett, I'm seeing you mention Urshifu there. I'm hoping Urshifu in Gen 10 is just not on the decks for competitive play. It's such a broken Pokemon. They have to like really revamp its ability just to balance it more. But they probably won't. It'll probably get balanced in Champions, I will say. So, but I'm kind of hoping we have a little bit of a run where Urshifu's not a Pokemon. I need to stop talking about Pokemon not being in Dexes anymore because for competitive play, it doesn't really matter at all with Champions. Can you shiny hunt Archon in Pokemon Black and White? That would be a cool one to do, wouldn't it? That would be a really cool one to do. I've never done that hunt ever before, and it's got a cool shiny as well. He's been so good and could play for a much better team. He said some things he shouldn't have, but you can spit his dummy out. I've heard that. But on his day, he can walk into most teams. Give him some freedom, and I've definitely heard him spit the dummy out a few times. There's a lot of links to us. I haven't really seen him much other than, like, you know, the odd highlights. So it's always hard to kind of judge to say like how good they are. Obviously, his scoring record and his assist record is pretty amazing. So that kind of speaks for yourself. Bits of Dreaming, how are you doing? Great to see you this morning. Hope you're having a brilliant start to your day. And thanks as always for jumping in and joining us. And when we're going after this shiny Dratini, hopefully we get it soon. Him and Isaac, if you keep him, will be unreal. That'd be a good combination. Be a crazy combination. And I think because he's quite versatile, he could probably fit into our team on the right, and when Isaac needs resting and stuff like that, then you could probably just push him through the middle. So it would give a lot of versatility. But I think we'll probably bring in players that no one's really talking about, to be honest. But we'll see. Its Megastone would be called the Dragonite. I know it would be. I wonder if they would just be like, it's just the Dragonite. Just to avoid that. Hope Fluttermane is in the decks. Fluttermane would be very cool. You know, I think, like, if we get a continuation of the Paradox Pokemon, and it's possible as well with how close Kalos is to Paldea, the geological scale of things, you could see Paradox Pokemon making their way into Kalos somehow. I do worry. I have slight concerns about ZA. Just because I enjoy Legends Arceus so much, and there's a part of me that thinks, how are they gonna do this again? Are they gonna be able to make... There's just a feeling, I don't know if any of you guys get this, but I just have like a really enjoyable time whenever I go into Legends Arceus. And that can be like, I've played it so much and I never get tired of the game, and I always get this like cozy feeling when I go into the game and have this excitement about going in and doing shiny hunts or whatever I'm doing, just even a new playthrough, right? And I'm really worried that Legends ZA is just not going to be able to replicate how good Legends Arceus was in a lot of ways. And I know in its own right, a standalone game, it'll be good, but I've got these huge expectations for it as a game that I think is going to like live up to the expectations of what Arceus brought to the table. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do it again, and I have this huge worry, and I hope it's not going to be a letdown. I know I'll enjoy it, but I'm just like, I want it to be as good, and I want it to have that kind of replayability factor that Legends Arceus has. And I don't know. The more opinions I hear as well from people that have worries about it being in a city, I've never really had that worry, because I think it's all relevant, right? But like relative to the size of the game, and I guess we don't know everything about it yet. But I do have my reservations about it, and I just think, don't mess this up, because we like, if it's not good, then it might be the end of the Legends series as we know it, which would be really sad. So I hope this one doesn't go down the pan. I'm pretty sure it won't, but I do worry about it a little bit. I don't know, does anyone else have that feeling about it as well? James, I'm currently still working on Shiny Slowpoke and Hot Gold and resetting for Shiny Totodile and Soul Silver, but I want to set up a Shiny Roman Raikou hunt at some point in Soul Silver, mate, to complete the set. Get on the road to doing it. That'd be so cool, mate. But good luck with that Slowpoke. I really hope you do find it soon. It's been going on for a little while, but it must be due soon. It has to be due soon. And the Shiny Totodile has to pop up as well alongside it. Keep us up to date with them though, mate. And yeah, good luck with both of those hunts. The Raikou one sounds very exciting though. Quirky is not what we want. Papa Ferb, how are we doing today? Thanks for hopping in and enjoying the stream. I hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday. So Denchik, 100% Mega 100% Zygarde form. That is going to be scary. If it gets a Mega, that is going to be crazy, because how powerful is that going to be? Because you go to complete form. I wonder if it would be a mechanic if it does get a Mega, where you have to go to complete form and then that unlocks the ability to Mega Evolve. That'd be kind of cool. So it might not need a Mega Stone, like, you know, like Rayquaza doesn't require a Mega Stone to Mega Evolve. But there's like a stipulation with how you can Mega Evolve in game. For some reason didn't enjoy it. Oh really? Oh, that's, I think it's because my joystick had a drift when I played PLA. That definitely wouldn't have helped. You should maybe jump back in, like if you can get yourself like a cheap just like Pro Controller or another controller that actually works, and then jump back in to play it. I feel like it's one of those games, I always say it, like Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that, one of those games that you always need sound on. You need sound on for like most games, but I feel extra, it's like extra important in Legends Arceus to have the sound on when you're playing that game, because the soundtrack for it is just absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorites. Whereas the ZA map looks small, thought there would be other areas from X and Y to go rather than just a city. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we get like Tenemis Cave, the underground areas in ZA as well. I know we're going to be able to explore on the rooftops as well, but it doesn't really open up different areas. The only thing I can think where it could be more expansive is the fact that we can go into buildings, which we haven't really been able to do in Scarlet and Violet. Not so much in Sword and Shield either, but they could maybe bring that back, which would definitely increase the size of it somewhat, especially if there's like an underground system as well with it. I guess that makes it a little bit bigger, but yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean. Run around the region each day to get apricons, so I only hunt for Slowpoke a little each day, but I enjoyed so far. Helps break up the hunt. I love walking around Johto, mate. It's one of the best things, isn't it? Getting those apricons as well. Your horde of apricon balls must be amazing now. If you're doing that every day, it's always something I'm like, I need to do more. I need to get more of them for the hunts and stuff like that, but I'm not as good discipline wise as yourself. Just should be. But I guess you're in the perfect location for collecting the balls and then going to get Kurt to create them for you. 200% form, but it's like ZA and Z in Zygarde, so I'm pretty sure it's given at this point. I mean, yeah, I mean, probably a good guess is that's probably what it's going to be. 200% form. Imagine how powerful it's going to be though, with a Mega on top of its complete form. That's going to be ridiculous. Wednesday's going slow at the office, so I'm just hanging in place in case something urgent comes out. Office is empty. Hopefully it's well, it's great to have you here, Papa, and I don't know whether it's always a good thing when it's like quiet, because it makes time drag a little bit, but hopefully the stream and you being here, mate, helps pass the time a little bit better. Does Zygarde really need a Mega Evolution? Probably not. It doesn't, but it would be kind of cool just for the novelty that it gets a Mega Evolution. It feels a little bit unfair that, I mean, does it feel unfair? It gets a complete form, so I'm like, probably fine that it doesn't get a Mega, really. But it would be cool to see it get a Mega Evolution. I was just going to say, it feels fair because, like, Rayquaza got a Mega Evolution, but Rayquaza didn't have any other forms along the way. It just had its base form, and then it got the Mega Evolution, which made it pretty strong. Whereas Zygarde is pretty strong in its 50% form, and then the 100% form gets even more ridiculously powerful. So, yeah, when you balance it, probably doesn't need one. But do we want one? Yes, 100%. I'm one of the weird ones. I never play games with the sound on. I'm finishing up PLA decks at the moment, so might have to have it on until I complete it. Rich, how do you do the shiny hunts? Are you just relying then on like just visually seeing like the shiny sparkles in the wild? I don't know if I could play it without the sound on, because I always worry about missing missing shinies. I'm like, yeah, because they're always normally out of view, and then I have to rely on the sparkle sound, and I'm like, where is it? Quickly drop a save, quickly see it. But yeah, the soundtrack, I think it's one of those things though, Rich, where I generally, when I play a game for the first time, I like to have the music on. I like to have the sound on so I can get a good, like, immersive feeling of the game. And then after a while, like Scarlet and Violet now, I very rarely play with like the sound on or anything like that. But it definitely adds to the gameplay, I always feel. Oh, we don't want to give nicknames. Come on. Grace, are you going to do more VGC content? I will be, Grace. I've got another channel which I've set up, and I put like one video out on it as a way to be like, I am going to do this. It's just I haven't got around to doing the content over there yet. It might be better, like, and I keep putting it off, but it might be better coming into like a new VG season, and then that be the kind of kickstart for it all. So, but I do plan on doing it, and I think especially with like champions on the horizon, it's probably going to be a good idea to start it soon ahead of time, if that makes sense, before that game drops. Rizal, thank you so much, my friend. That is very kind of you, and it's great to have you here as well. Thanks so much for coming by. But yeah, so we've got the VG channel all set up, ready to go. It just needs content on it, basically. And I need to stop being so hesitant with like, is this content going to be content that would work? I think I need to just dive in and do it, you know? I think that's my biggest problem, is like worrying about, is this the right content to do on the channel, and etc. But I really need for this channel, for the bigger projects that I'm doing, I need to hire an editor. I need to find an editor. So that is like my next thing, because it's just too much. I can't do it myself anymore. Like, if I want to continually do, like, I'd love to be able to do more bigger videos, but I just feasibly by myself can't do it. It's just not possible, because it just takes so long to do. I mean, the last one that I did was, when did we drop it? Like the end of October, November. And then this one's going to probably drop I would say middle of May. So it's just the time frame. Like, I want to shorten that down a lot more. And if I had someone helping do the edits and stuff like that, it would mean I could get more frequent videos like that out on the channel, which would be good, especially when there's downtime, like there's no new games or content to really cover so much. So it would definitely be something I'm looking at. And if I did that as well, it would free up more time to do the VG content, really. So that's the angle I'm going for. Yeah, Rich, you got to report back when you've played PLA with the music on. You've got to just get some headphones on. Just, yeah, immerse yourself in the world of Hisui. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of with the sound on is when you're flying around on Hisui and Bravery. It's so loud, it's so noisy, and I don't know, I've never really went into the sound settings, so I don't know if you can lower the sound of the flying sound effect but still keep the shiny effect at the same level it was, or if they're both kind of tied together. So I've never really played with it for that reason. Rich, what's a shiny hunt? I don't really shiny hunt too much, just come across them and grab them. That's a nice way to do it as well, you know. I like that. Like, you're not going out specifically to do it, enjoying the game, and if anything pops up, it's a bonus. Do you think we will get Zygote raids for Pogo when we get ZA? Most likely, mate. I would imagine so. We got to, right? They've got to do that. I think it's a big pull. Especially if it gets a mega evolution as well. You're going to want to see that in Pokemon Go. Because you've got a lot of the other mega evolutions already. But there's still a bunch, I think, that haven't been released in Pogo yet. So that'd be kind of a cool one to do. To kick off a new, like, group of mega Pokemon that you can get in Pokemon Go. Yeah. Zale, how is Shiny Ray doing in Scarlet Violet? Doing good, mate. It's doing good. It's found a new home. Thank you again for that. It was very kind of you, my friend. How was the Deoxys? Did you pick up a Mew as well? Competitive Pokemon build ideas: Excalibur with Break and Swipe, Glaive Rush, Ice Beam, and Icicle Sphere, with all its EVs on attack and health, with ability, Thermal Exchange, and a weak fire move. Would you not play like Protect on it though? I think you need Protect if you're playing Glaive Rush, or you need Ice Shard at least. I'd probably replace Ice Shard, Ice Beam with Ice Shard, just to get around the, you know, the detrimental factor of being weak after you've used Glaive Rush, so you can kind of alternate between the two, so you're not taking more damage than necessary, you know. I do love back Excalibur though. It's a really cool Pokemon. I wonder if we'll see any usage of it in double restricteds at all. Someone will weave it into a team somehow. I definitely think it's got a place. It's got a great ability in that Thermal Exchange though. I think it became the middle-aged final boss last week. I got a standing desk and a walking pad for when I'm working at home and watching streams, obviously. That's so good, mate. That's awesome. It's a good thing. I need to use it more. The standing desk. I'm so lazy with it. But it is a cool thing. Cool thing to have. Especially with the walking pad, mate. That's really cool. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Modest Dragonite wouldn't be bad either. Wouldn't be great for the extreme speed, but wouldn't be bad. It's got some good elemental options that we could use. Thank you again for the Deoxys giveaway. He's one Tankymon. Have you went and got the item yet from Porta Marinada so you can change the form? Or are you just planning on keeping it as in the defense Deoxys form? It looks so nice in Scarlet and Violet. They did a good job with the sprites, I feel. For Deoxys. The shinies are super nice. It also kept Ice Beak because it reminds me of Godzilla. I like that. I love going through a nickname in this Pokemon. Right. How many resets are we on right now? We're getting through them. We're getting through them. The double count is the way to go with 2. Wadey, how are we doing? I haven't said good morning to you. I hope you're well, mate. Great to see you as always. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And thanks as always for jumping into the stream with us. Riley, good morning, mate. How are you doing today, my friend? I hope you're well. Have we picked it up yet? We have not. We have not. Hey, come on. Catch up. Let's see. Is this going to be the one? Nope. Nope. What's everyone's guesses for like what number we're going to get this Dratini on? I think we'll get it before 1,000 encounters. I think we might. Or am I just cursing myself by saying that? I feel like we might be, could be a long hunt. It could definitely be one of those longer hunts. I don't know. I feel confident that we'll get it before. Prob 690 there. I would take that. That's not too far off. He's like an under odds, but just barely. I'm thinking 7,213. Wow, I hope it doesn't go that long. I mean, it's to be expected with the odds in this game. I feel like I've been blinkered a little bit. We've been very lucky with a lot of our hunts so far. Have we went? I think we've only went over odds once, and that was for was that for our Cyndaquil, wasn't it? I think the Cyndaquil was the only one that's went over odds. Everything else has been pretty good. I think overall the encounters we had for the Heracross probably took us over odds, but just specifically for Heracross encounters, we were under odds for that. But in total, I think it was about odds for everything that we headbutted and encountered on the journey to getting that one. Still sad that we lost the Heracross. What a great member of the team that was. And Nugget as well. All good here, thanks Lay. Happy Dratini hunting, positive vibes all the way. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate it. Same to you as well, my friend. For the next one, I need to get the band set up. So I've got just a really quick way to reset with just one hand. How many did you need for Deoxys? What do you mean, Bits of Dreaming? How many did you need for Deoxys? Oh, resets. We went 17. Was it 17,000? I think it was a big amount. I think overall across the two carts, because we introduced the Japanese Fire Red and did the resets there as well. And it was over 20,000 between the two cards, but I think just on the Leaf Green, was it 17 or 19,000? It was a lot. It was a lot. That was a crazy amount for the Deoxys. Theoman, how are we doing? Hi human back. How are you, human, today? Yeah, so the Deoxys was like a crazy long hunt. That's the biggest hunt that we've done, which was nuts. This could be the same. This could be the same. I'm hoping it's not. I definitely don't have the feeling like the Deoxys. I mean, the Deoxys, I definitely blinkered myself and thought we were going to get it way sooner than what we ended up doing it. But I don't know. The Dratini feels like it'll come soon. Luke, good morning, mate. I hope you're well. Did you ever put one of the clones of Deoxys into Hot Gold Soul Silver? I bet it Follow Sprite is a sick in game. I haven't done, no, mate. I could do it as well because I've got them in Emerald, and I've left one in Leaf Green, so I've kept one in that game. But it'd be kind of cool to, that could be our last member. That would make it quick after we get, I mean, that's a pretty sick team. We could do that as our 6th member of the team, the squad, the Deoxys, to finish off the run. I feel like I kind of want to do one more hunt in these games though. No, that's the only thing I would say about doing that, is like I want all of the shinies that we use in this run to be kind of natively caught in this game, but it would be very cool. Rich, just over 22k, I think, across both. 17,911 on one and 4,185 on the other. Wow. That was a brutal hunt. And every time coming into the next stream, it was like, is this going to be the one? And I feel like I just kind of didn't expect it to happen in the end, you know? I was just like, just going through the motions. It would eventually happen, but never really believed it would happen anytime soon. I can't imagine how you felt, Riley, when you were doing your Zangoose hunt, which is just, I have no right to make any complaints about Deoxys when you did that amount for that. And like other people have done huge amounts of resets, so I've got to expect it to be a lot. But I'm hoping that we get it nice and early. I do remember, yeah, we did talk about using it in the post game. It would be a cool Pokemon to port in to use. Tyranitar Mega or Mega Archeops? Ooh, which one would I prefer? I think Archeops probably needs it, but I would probably prefer Tyranitar, I think, out of the two, if I had to pick one. Rose, great to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you're well and having a great Wednesday. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream. We're getting through these Dratini resets nicely today. I feel with like the double cart, it's gone pretty steady. Hoping we get lucky soon. But I think Riley's kind of quelled my expectations. I think it might be a lot more than I think it's going to be. Could beat red with it so you get the legend ribbon. Oh, that would be very cool, mate. That would be cool. Picked up a copy of Leaf Green recently so I can do my own Deoxys hunt, and terrified how many resets it'll take since I want to get 4 for a form dex. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Hopefully it doesn't take as long as what we did. I hope you have way better luck. I think you will. I think you will. But getting 4 of them, that's crazy. That's I don't know if I could cope doing another 3 Deoxys hunts in those games, but it'll be amazing to do each individual one though. That's very, and you're gonna have to keep us up to date with how the progress of that's going. Really keeping my fingers crossed that you get nice and lucky with that one though. We don't want that. Doo-doo. Have you cleaned up the video of you getting it yet, Riley? Oh yeah. I'd love to see that, Riley, if you have. Thinking of Torterra as a Master Ogwe. Be kind of cool. Did you ever attempt to try and get Dratini at the game corner? You could check 5 at a time. That is true. The only reason why we didn't, because we were going to do that, but this Dratini is the extreme speed Dratini, so it's a little bit more special than the one at the game corner, which is kind of just the, well, it's just a shiny Dratini, which is still really cool. But I think the fact that this one is the one with extreme speed makes it a little bit more of a cool hunt. You can see, and I know it gets extreme speed now, but back in the day this was like a really exclusive move. But yes, it probably would be quicker at the game corner, especially across 2 carts, like checking 5 at a time. James, thank you so much for coming by today, mate. You enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll hopefully catch you on our next one very soon, my friend. But as always, take care of yourself, mate, and know that I appreciate you coming by, and it's great catching up with you this morning. Good luck with that Slowpoke, mate. I hope the next time we speak you get lucky with that one and can share some good news on it, or the Totodile as well. But keep us up to date, mate. Let us know if you do in between streams. It'd be great to hear a little bit of success and some sparkles along the way. It's funny how often we're getting like the same nature on these when we're resetting, but most of the time they kind of not. But there is the occasion where we're doing this together and they're both the same nature. When I did the Deoxys hunt, I ended up cloning them on Emerald so that I had 1 for each form. Couldn't do 4 times. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done, because I think there's just, my sanity would just go out the window. I feel if I had to do that hunt 4 times. I bet there's people that have done it though, which is crazy incredible. Timid, that would be not so good, but it's always one of those natures that you look out for. Not yet. I'm going to be making a whole run into a video, but I can drop the raw clip in Discord later in a week if you want to get a reaction. That would be amazing, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing that video. That compilation will be really cool. The whole story It'd be great. Right now, it just feels amazing to be hunting Registeel, my final Dream Team quest member, and there's no phasing possible. That's the nice thing, yeah. After all those phases that you've done in the journey so far, the Registeel cannot phase. Mega Baxcalibur or Mega Tyranitar? Well, we've already got Mega Tyranitar, so I would always say Tyranitar is like my favorite. So, but because it could potentially mean a new Mega Pokemon, I'll go Mega Baxcalibur for this one because we've already got the Tyranitar. But Mega Tyranitar is really cool. I think when did I used it once, UK Nats, and what year was it? Was it 15? I think it might have been 15, 2015. I got top 16 with it. Couldn't go any deeper. It was very sad. I think Marcus won at that. Yeah, I think Marcus and Arash were the finals. Were they the finalists? I want to say Marcus definitely won UK Nats that year though. But yeah. No, it was 14. Sorry. 14, I think. UK Nats in 14, yeah. Mega Tyranitar, but it was good. It was decent. It's not, I don't know, I never felt convinced like it was one of the strongest Mega choices. It was a good Mega at the time, I think, in the format, but I don't think it's one of the best Mega Pokemon out there. I think it suited that Nationals, because it sounds crazy bringing Mega Tyranitar to any sort of format where Mega Kangaskhan's a big player, but it did all right. It did all right in the end. I think I played Marcus in Swiss and got bodied because Marcus ran Mega Kangaskhan as Marcus did that year. He was probably the best Mega Kangaskhan player, I think, worldwide. I remember playing Ben as well in Swiss, and I missed like 4 Draco Meteors with my Salamence on his Sableye, and like I think it was like in a row as well, so I was pretty salty about that. I think they were my only 2 losses through Swiss, so that wasn't terrible. It wasn't too bad. Tough run that day though. Alcremie or Hatterene, which one do you not like? Oh, I don't know if I don't not like either, you know. I like both of them. Unique in their own ways. I'd probably say if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Hat. Hatterene. It's probably the better one of the 2, I would say. I feel like I want to do a Dream Team quest start in Platinum. I think that would be such a cool game to do it in, especially with all the post-game stuff as well that you can do. But it would be a huge challenge. I kind of would like to do that, but I don't know if it would be something we do soon. If we've got Colosseum on the horizon or stuff in Scarlet and Violet to complete maybe a Live Index, the Zygarde hunt as well on top of it. Feels like there's a lot there before I'd probably jump into Platinum to do a Dream Team quest there, but it would be a very fun one to do. Riley, I'll edit the audio levels tonight and drop the clip in Discord. Please tag me. Please tag me, mate, when you do. Can't wait to see it. There will be a mature content warning, I can imagine. It's understandable. It's understandable. I feel like if there wasn't, there would be something wrong. I don't know why in my head I've just got a picture of like the Game Boy Advanced just going flying when it happens. Just like, could you imagine if you did that just out of pure like relief? You just threw the Game Boy in the air and it just landed and knocked off and you lost a shiny. Imagine Mega Hatterene or Mega Alcremie. Mega Hat would be scary. Would be scary, especially if it had like if it got slow when it Mega Evolved and it got a different ability. It would be a very good Mega Pokemon, I think. Like I feel like it could be like, depending on its ability and stuff. If its ability changed and it got slower, I feel like it could be pretty broken as a mega Pokemon, because you got the setup with the Trick Room. Magic Punch protects you from like spores, and then when you're in that Trick Room position and you want to start firing off some damage, then you Mega Evolve and just go to town on your opponent. It'd be very hard to keep a kind of a handle on it as well, especially if it got like a type change, or you know, there's a lot they could do with it. Maybe we do see that. I caught Chinese Xerneas, 891. Love the 1 in 1,365 odds. Trying for Ho-Oh now. Rose, congratulations. Xerneas is such a cool shiny as well. That is awesome. They're such good games to hunt in, aren't they? Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It's like those odds are amazing, but like the resets are just so quick. Make it so nice. Really happy to hear. Going for the Ho-Oh next. We may be joining you. It's definitely one of the options in this game that I think we could go for the Ho-Oh. I think we can do it now. I don't think we need to beat red or the... I can't remember where we get the rainbow. When we get the rainbow wing. Not too sure. But it'd be a great hunt to do in these games. Finish off the set. I'm pretty sure we can do it now, considering we beat the Elite Four. So we may join you, but regardless if we join you or not in the Ho-Oh hunt, good luck with yours. I hope you manage to get it very soon, but really happy to hear that you've got the Xerneas. That'll be ready to port into Legends ZA when that game drops. That's funny as well. You know, we've seen a lot of Pokemon revealed, but we've not seen any clips of Xerneas or Yveltal in the trailers so far. Kind of making me get vibes that they've got a really important role to play in the story. So it'll be interesting to see. And if they get Mega Evolutions, that would be wild. Is that too much? Is that too much to give them Mega Evolutions? I feel like they're so powerful already as legendary Pokemon. Like, I feel like one of the reasons why we probably didn't get them in Scarlet and Violet, because either of those with Terastallization is just so busted. Like Xerneas with Terastallization. Don't want to have to play with that. We don't want to have to go up against that. Spencer, good morning, mate. How are you doing today? I'm doing good, my friend. I hope you are as well. Having a nice week. Good start to your day and all that good stuff. Finally also got a shiny Zygarde and Sword and Shield and God Adventure Team. That's amazing. Congrats on the shiny Zygarde. Still yet to get one ourselves, but we've just been talking about it. Going back in and doing the Dynamax Adventure Raid hunts. I'm pretty sure we're over 100 checks for Zygarde already, so you never know, it might pop up soon. Luke, that is a phenomenal hunt to do. Like Ho-Oh and Emerald. Amazing hunt. How many resets was it, Luke, for you to get? Then a shiny got in Birmingham Regionals. Yes, mate. And I keep wanting to go back into Leaf Green as well and do the Mewtwo hunt there. I know I was gonna do it after we finished the Deoxys, but I think I've got a little bit to do to set that hunt up, but that would be a cool one to do. Jolly, that would be a good nature. Chat, me and my partner are playing the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon so that we can shiny hunt Poipole to see who gets it first. That's a great little competition between you both. It's such a nice shiny as well. Good luck on that hunt. It's definitely another one with the type null that I would like to go for. But yeah, keep us up to date with how that's going. Hope you get it very soon and you win. Alex, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Just dropping in, wishing you luck. I need to continue my own shiny Oni run in Ultra Moon. How is it going so far, Alex? I know you're only dropping in, but if you can give us an update with how the team, how the hunts have been going, that'd be awesome to hear. But good luck with it, my friend, and I hope you're having a lot of fun with it. Sounds really cool to do. Shiny Oni run in those games, because there's lots of nice hunting methods in those games as well to kind of keep it a little bit more interesting. Oof. Riley, I gotta say, at the shiny hunt I'm keen for most is your Colosseum run. I think it'll be a blast to play through. Then Croc hunt is gonna be slick. Yeah, I keep looking at the Colosseum disc on the shelf there. Get it out, get it started. I think once this is done, Riley, I think that's what we'll probably end up doing, and then mix it in with doing Scarlet and Violet, the Orc challenge, and like alternate between those two. But I think the Colosseum one is going to be the one that we go for next, to be honest. Ribbon Master, get that Croc ready for ZA when it drops. Spencer, have I pre-ordered the Switch 2? I was lucky enough to get the email through from Nintendo to be on that pre-order list, so just because of the subscription and then the gameplay that I've got, so I was lucky enough to be able to pre-order it. Yes, mate. What about yourself? Were you able to pick one up? There's a lot of places had the pre-orders kind of open, like Curry's, I think. I've seen Amazon, but I've not really seen them go live yet. I know I've had emails from them saying that they were going up soon to keep an eye out for, but because I got one through Nintendo, I was like, I haven't really been paying too much attention outside of that. But yeah, very excited, mate. It's not long till it drops either, so very excited to have that. And then I wonder how long it'll be after it releases. I'm curious when we get that kind of patch update for Scarlet and Violet. So, and there's so much still to like kind of question how the Switch 2 versions of games are going to work. Like if I buy ZA on the Switch 2, for the Switch 2, is it going to work on my Switch 1? Or am I going to have to buy the Switch 1 version, upgrade it, so I can then play it on both systems? So it's like, I wonder which way around to do it with those games and stuff like that. Rajin, over a month ago, I got all the Pokemon to level 10 for the research levels in PLA, and I got my shiny Enamorus. Awesome. She got the Naive Nature and 3 best IVs on attack, special attack, and speed, the perfect ones. Congratulations. And getting level 10 as well. It's not easy in that game at all, so that's amazing. And good luck with any shiny hunts now, because you're going to have those reduced odds going forward, getting the shiny after getting the shiny charm out and about. It does make a huge difference, I always think, when you're just in those games, the amount of shinies that do pop up. But shiny Enamorus, such a nice one. Congrats on picking it up. Alex still on the first island trying to get a scatterbug with the island scanner. Oh, very cool method of doing it, mate. Good luck with that. I hope you get it soon. Do let us know though how that the playthrough's going. Sounds a lot of fun, mate. Really looking forward to hearing how the rest of it pans out. We gotta start thinking of names for shiny Croc. Yeah, we do. Gotta get the perfect nickname for it. I managed to get one ordered. Curry's is in store only. Amazon has a weird invitation thing that they've closed that now. That's what I saw, because I was like, you had to sign up to it, and then I got an email saying that they're not doing it anymore. They're just gonna like have them available to order, which seems pretty weird. But yeah, I like that Curry's have that in store pickup to get around the scalping thing. I really love everything that they're doing to get around scalpers. It's so refreshing to see with this, especially after like what happened with the PS5 and like what happens continually with it, like the trading cards. So for scalpers to be like very upset, and there's a part of me that feels like all this like all the backlash that the Switch 2 is getting, like a lot of is the fuel for this is all from the scalpers that are like, I'm upset that I'm not going to be able to scalp this system. I don't know. But I just hope all the issues with like the tariff stuff for the US get sorted out soon. I feel really bad for like anyone. I feel very fortunate that I've been able to pick one up and not have the issues with the prices and things like that that the US are seemingly having at the moment. I just hope it all gets sorted out. I'm pretty confident it will. I feel confident it will get sorted out. So you guys aren't going to have to pay like a stupid premium on top of what already is quite a high price. But no. Hopefully something happens there soon. Amazon UK did a lottery, then just did regular orders for a few hours. I got one in the regular orders here from Japan, so I'm just sitting here praying it won't get cancelled. Variant, I'm sure it won't, mate, but congrats for just being able to pick one up. That's awesome. So they did a lottery to start with. That's wild. Terra, how are we doing today, mate? Good to see you. Shiny Koraidon or Miraidon. Oh, come on. We got to get those soon. They've got to drop. I think we'll get those before ZA releases. So some point this year. Be kind of cool. I feel like it would be a perfect time to do them like soon because we're going into Regulation I, which is double restricted. So Worlds this year is all like going to be more about like those restricted Pokemon, the box art legendaries. So just I think the last time, I think before London Worlds, was when they did the Zash and Zamazenta giveaway. I'm pretty sure the shiny Zamazenta, Zacian, Eternatus were all done before Worlds, which was London, which was dual restricteds, which was like the JS Cup in Sword and Shield. So on that basis, we've got dual restricteds going into this World Championships in Anaheim. I'm hoping they do a similar thing where we get those mystery gifts before. So it gives players a bit more incentive to use those, I guess, on stream in their teams and kind of show off those shinies. Fingers crossed it happens. Seems like Zelda like card is Switch 1 game but includes the upgrade pack to the Switch 2. The cards are keyed differently but seem Switch 2 could fit a 1. That's what I'm thinking, like Switch 2 could fit a 1, but I don't know, there's probably something there that will make it not work on a Switch 1, even though it will be like cross compatible. This is a part of me that thinks like Legend ZA should work across both systems. It'd be kind of cool if that was the case. You could buy a Switch 2 version, which is like obviously got all the enhancements for your Switch 2 if you've got that. And if you're planning to buy a Switch 2 later down the line, you don't want to pick one up just yet, you can still buy the Switch 2 version of the game and play it on your Switch, but it plays like as a Switch 1 game. That would be the coolest scenario. I don't even know if that's possible. That would be, I would love for that to be how it works out, but I guess we'll get info very soon because it's not really not long. Like we're only about a month and a half out from the Switch 2 getting released, which seems crazy. I can't believe it's so soon. I was so confident it was going to be like later in the year, like November, and then being like, yeah, Z is going to be the launch title. Of course it's not. It's always going to be Mario Kart, but Mario Kart looks very fun, and I'm really looking forward to the Donkey Kong game as well. I think that looks amazing, but I haven't pre-ordered that yet, so I'm kind of waiting to see for some better deals on Donkey Kong before I do pre-order it. And it's not out for a month and after the Switch 2 releases, so there's not like a huge rush to pick it up anytime soon. Really like the game. It was fun and challenging to get all level 10s. I might go back to get the perfect for every Pokemon, but I'll do it again sooner or later. I keep doing that. I'm like, there's a few Pokemon that I've done it for a few that I've wanted to do like the alpha hunts for, to perfect the dex entry, just to get those even better odds. But I haven't done it for everything yet. I would love to go back through everything and like get that sparkly little symbol next to every single dex entry just to get those amazing odds. But it's a huge time suck to do it. Be definitely worth it though. I doubt that they would do it, but if they locked shiny Miraidon behind having competing all the 7-star, oh, could you imagine? Oh, they wouldn't do that though, would they? So you would only be able to get basically what you're saying is you would only be able to claim the shiny Miraidon or Koraidon if you'd got the entire set of Mightiest Mark Pokemon already. I don't know. That would be outrage if they did that. As someone that's got all of them already, though, I wouldn't be that sad if they did it. I'd be like, it's fine. I can still get them. But that's been a very selfish perspective. Nah, I don't think they would do that. Unless they then had like an epic event where they had every single 7-star raid available, and they would just cycle like, so it was one 7-star raid on your map, but it could be randomly any one of like the 30 different 7-star Mightiest Mark Pokemon when you go into it. Could take a while to cycle through catching them all, but could you imagine if they pulled something like that? That'd be wild. They could do a shiny Miraidon, Koraidon patch update when the Switch 2 comes out. Maybe optimistic though. That's not a bad suggestion, you know. Yeah, that would kind of make sense as well to kind of have it in line with. So yeah, maybe around that June time they do it to celebrate celebrate the fact that Scarlet and Violet can now run smoothly without any issues, without any glitches or anything like that. Touch wood. I haven't had any issues with Scarlet and Violet recently, so it's been all right of recent. I think the last major thing I had was when Teal Mask dropped and we were doing that shiny hunt for Sinisty, and I was just loaded into the game and dropping through the floor continuously. But since then, I've not had anything. Maybe a couple of game crashes here and there, but nothing too bad. I think I'm going to hold off on the Switch 2 for now. Unfortunately, I think a financial situation here is about to keep getting worse. Got to save money elsewhere when I can. That's totally understandable, mate. I would probably be in the same mind as you if I was over in the States, to be honest. But like, I hope it doesn't get too bad, mate. I really do. I hope everything kind of starts stabilizing and things get a lot better than what they're looking like at the minute. But there's no rush either, I think, because like Zia is going to be available on the Switch, so if you want to play that, you're going to have the option to play it there. There's no other Pokemon games on the horizon that you would like need to rush out and get a Switch anytime soon, you know. So Gen 10 isn't going to probably be, what are we guessing, like November 2026 is when I would think it was going to drop, but it may not. It might be later than that. So yeah, there's no like mad rush to go out and get anything anytime soon. And inevitably as well, the price of it will probably come down over time as well. You know, they're going to do an OLED version of the Switch 2 because it's an LCD at the minute. So when that drops, inevitably the base model's price will come down. They'll probably do a Switch 2 Lite as well. So there's loads of options. Hope Legends Arceus gets a patch up. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? Yeah, I was playing Legends Arceus last night, and it's one of those things I've never noticed before now, but playing it last night, it's when you're flying with the Bravery and like you can see the surroundings kind of loading in as you're getting closer. So it's like that would be a lot better if it had a patch and it was updated and it was like, you know, didn't have that kind of loading in the surroundings around you. But I don't know how that would work for shiny Pokemon, if they would be populated already. And I guess it would be fine, but yeah, it'd be nice if it got a patch, because it's a nice looking game already, but it's definitely one that you think of that did get a patch update. That would be a really cool one to get one on. Actually hyped for Switch 2 because whenever I start my Switch, it starts the noisy fan and sounds like an airplane. Just too scared to open it, exchange the fan. Too much non-safe data on it. Yeah, don't do it, mate. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. I'm quite lucky my Switch is not that loud or noisy. It's going to be nice to have the fan in the actual dock system as well, I think, which should hopefully mean it lasts a bit longer and doesn't have any issues like that going forward. But I don't know, Tara, I'm just looking forward to playing Scarlet and Violet more than 50 frames per second at the lakes in the bamboo forest. Yes, I feel like the lake's going to be one of those first places I go to, you know, just to kind of take it in. The one thing I really hope that they do as well with this update is, remember when Scarlet and Violet first dropped and the camera function didn't have the little, like, the box on the when you were just looking through the camera lens in game, it didn't have the kind of square outline that it's got now. And I don't know which update it was. I want to say it was around the Teal Mask sort of time. But if they just took that away, that would be nice. I don't know why it's there. It's just like a little pet peeve of mine that I'm like, makes it harder for getting like nice shots of the game, content and stuff like that. But that's just a personal thing. I would love to see them revert back to how the camera was originally. But I don't know if that'll change or not. Rose, I'm thinking of moving back to the UK. Lots to consider though. Oh wow, that's a huge decision, Rose. Wow. It's horrible when like stuff's going on and it's actually making people like really consider like where they want to live, you know, just because of things going on in their countries. Like, I don't know. I'll not get into politics now. You know, I don't think the UK is brilliant at the moment, but like in consideration, it's probably not as bad as some other places, you know. But yeah, it's all a mess. Just gotta hope it all kind of stabilizes and things get a little bit better. I mean, things I don't want to say things can't get much worse. Things can always get worse than they are, so but yeah. But if that does happen, Rose, it means when we have regionals and EUIC in the UK, if you do that, then we'd have to drag you along to the shiny challenge events that we do at those, because they're a lot of fun. I think Charlie's trying to organize one for Seville at the minute. So I don't know if any of you guys are going to Seville regionals, but I think he was trying to look for someone to arrange it over there. But with casting the last couple of events, I've not been able to get involved in any of them, which has been sad because they always kind of run over at the same time. Alex, one thing I'm scared of about Scatterbug Hunt is that it's not 100% Scatterbug, because no SOS and no Repel and an early route, so there's some low-level mons that have 20%. That is the worry, mate. What would be like the second best option that you could get from that route that you would be happy with for the run? Or would you just accept the phase and be like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going for the Scatterbug until I get it? Or are they not part of the rules where you'd have to just accept the first shiny that you come across? Fingers crossed though, Alex, that doesn't happen, mate. Rich, I won't be getting the Switch 2 anytime soon either. I think it's priced relatively fairly all in all, but I can play ZE on the Switch, and then when I do get a Switch 2, play for the upgrade. Exactly, mate. That's probably the better way to do it. 100%. 100%, I think. I think if I didn't want it for content purposes, I'd probably do a similar sort of thing to yourself. Yeah, you could hide the UI, Riley. That's it. It was when we got those updates, wasn't it, with all the different features on the camera. For some reason, they had that there, which just, yeah, made it no fun. Cosmic, how are we doing today? Great to see you as always. I'm doing good, thanks. Still feeling hopeful that we'll get this Dratini soon. I don't know if I'm being over optimistic. I just got a feeling that we're gonna get it early. I don't know why. I just don't think this is gonna be a long hunt at all. And I could be jinxing us by saying this. And I know just saying it probably is doing that. But I just have a feeling that it's gonna pop up really early. And we're gonna get it a lot sooner than we think it might show up. I'll let you better test the bugs out of the Switch 2 first, buddy. Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, because there's bound to be issues with it, you know. I always think back to the original Switch when that dropped. And those early models, if you got a very like one of the first Switch models that dropped after its release, you kind of ended up winning if you wanted to ever mod your Switch, because they're the only ones that you could put. I think still, I don't know too much about stuff now, but they were the very first ones, were the ones that you could put custom firmware on and were hackable. But the similar thing might happen with these Switches as well, before they figure out how to prevent them from being hackable. So I don't know, but you might be able to do it with all different versions of Switch now. I don't really know. I don't keep up too much with that scene too much. But if you were into that, it's always something to consider, I guess. 113 liking, 32 likes. We can do better. If you are enjoying the stream and you can take 1 second to go down and hit the like button, it does really help out, and I do appreciate it. And I won't talk about it too much, but thank you for the reminder, Rose. I appreciate it. What's everyone really hoping for, like, for Mega Evolutions? I know stuff has been spoiled out there. We're kind of trying on the channel here to keep things as spoiler free as possible going into ZA. But just out of a fun thing that we can do, ignoring that there has been leaks, because we're not going to talk about those or anything like that. But if you were to hope for like one Pokemon to get a Mega Evolution in ZA, what would it be? What would, like, the one Pokemon that you really want to see get a Mega Evolution? I think mine would be Dragonite. I think that would be the one. I think, yeah, it deserves it. It's a pseudo legendary. It's not had as much love as maybe some of the other pseudo legendaries have had over the years. So I think let's see it get that Mega Evolution. But that one would be definitely my choice. But I'd love to know what everyone else's kind of thoughts are. Are you going to be more looking forward to new Mega Pokemon, or hopefully regional variants that we might potentially get? Like, there's no guarantee that we're going to get regional variants, but I really hope we do. I really hope we do. Riley, give me Weavile. Mega Weavile would be sick. It would be so cool. Archeops, Dunst, I'd love to see it as well. Never played a game with Megas, so all going to be new to me. That's super exciting, mate. That is very cool. Mega Vivian. Oh, I'd love to see that, you know. That would be kind of really cool as well, because I guess every different Vivian form could have that different appearance as well. That would be really nice. Especially when it Mega Evolved, if it kept sort of that base pattern that the Vivian that you decide to Mega Evolve has, you know. That's a cool one. Not one that I've really thought about too much. I like it though. I like it. Love to see it. Just want Zia to have luxury balls. Now we know it's got regular balls, since I really want to have my shinies and stuff in them. The balls and Arceus stopped me shiny hunting as much as I would have. Yeah, that's a big thing. I think because it's set after, so it's set in kind of set after X and Y, so more present day. I think we will likely see all different Pokeballs in the game. We might even get a new Pokeball, which would be really cool, you know. We've not had a new Pokeball. I think the last new Pokeball, I'm not counting the Strange Ball or any of the balls in Legends EA, but the last new one we had was the Beast Ball. So we may get a new Pokeball finally. You never know, which would be really cool. Which could be, I don't know, like a Mega Ball. Help catch Mega Pokemon, wild Mega Pokemon. That'd be wild if we got something like that. So yeah, that's a hope. I feel confident that we're going to get all of the different Pokeballs in the game. I feel kind of bad if we couldn't get Apricot Balls and stuff like that, because it is set more in our time rather than in the past when maybe they hadn't been discovered or invented yet, you know. I like regional variants more than megas. Yeah, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, we've had Mega Pokemon before, but the regional variants are always really fun. So there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I really hope we get a lot more of those. I think Mega of a regional, personally, I'm looking forward to. It's interesting to know as well. No, it's almost definitely a hot take, but I'd love Mega Barbacle. That would be very cool, wouldn't it? I feel like it's definitely another one of those Pokemon that deserves a Mega Evolution. Mega Talonflame. Jacob, I'm all for that. Mega Talonflame would be great. I love Talonflame. It's such a cool Pokemon. So to get a mega would be very, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Why not as well? Mega Staraptor would be kind of cool. Thinking about all the like the starter root bird Pokemon that could get a mega. Mega Volcarona. But excited for new regionals or Cross Evo more. Cross Evo would be very, very cool to get. It's just all the Hisui variants, I think, across the board were pretty fire. So to get anything like that again in this new Legends game would be really cool to see. I think that's what gets me a little bit more excited for the games, because like you say, it's always going to be exciting to get new mega Pokemon, but we kind of know what to expect with those new mega Pokemon. But if we're getting regional or cross regional forms, it's kind of cool. The Origin Ball was a new one, right? Yeah, I guess it was. Although we can't, does that, no, we couldn't, you can't see that in other games, can you? That's why I say like the Strange Ball is just kind of one of those placeholder balls that a Pokeball changes into. Yeah. But I know like one thing when I was playing Legends Arceus yesterday, and I was like, you know, like the little firework animation that you get when you catch a Pokemon and there's all the Pokeballs. It's just like, it's just one of those things that just adds to the overall feel of the game. And I just think we're not gonna probably get that, any of that like those like cute like animation interactions, because it is set in modern times and we know how a Pokeball works, and it just locks. We don't get the little fire up when a Pokemon's caught like we're gonna get in Legends Arceus. It was such a like a new thing, and the way they implemented it in the game, I thought was like just such a cool thing to have. But yeah, I mean, fletching was in one of the trailers, if I'm not wrong, so I can hope right. It definitely, yeah, it's been Talonflame, fletching. They've all been featured across quite heavily in the trailers, so there's a good chance. Could be like foreshadowing. Draconified, how are we doing, mate? I hope you're well. Great to see you. Hope you're having a great Wednesday, my friend. Thanks for hopping in, joining the stream. Probably never get this, but I'd love a feature where you can customize your Pokeball. That would be amazing. Or swap out Pokeballs for other ones. That's, I've always really wished for that. It would be so cool. I guess they could do it as well, so you could maybe do it once per Pokemon, so you could maybe once per Pokemon change his Pokeball, so it wouldn't be like one of those things where you could just keep doing and cycling through. I don't know, it depends how deep they want to go with customization. But yes, swapping out Pokeballs would be really cool, or customizing your own. That would be good. Like megas that give weaker Pokemon something rather than already strong getting a boost they don't need. For example, I love Megaladian would be very cool. I'm with you on that. That's what I feel. I always feel like with the Mega Evolution, it's kind of the opportunity to give, yeah, those Pokemon that are maybe fallen down the ranks with like recent power creeps to newer Pokemon, and it kind of pulls them right back into the mix and makes them really relevant again, really powerful. And yeah, so I'm exactly with you on that. Mega Armarouge, that would be sick. Mega Cerulean Armarouge. Have an idea of how to get Archeop's Mega Stone if they confirm he gets a Mega form. The stone's like buried in like, oh, that would be kind of cool way to do it, wouldn't it? That would be a really cool way. So you'd have to dig up a Mega Stone. You'd have to revive a Mega Stone like a fossil. That'd be cool. It's the little details like that that made PLA my favorite Pokemon game. It's the style. That's, yeah, mate, I'm exactly like you with that, and that's what I worry about for this game. It's just not going to have those like little quirks. I don't feel like it'll have those quirks like it had in Legends Arceus, which make me think, oh, it's not going to be as good, but hopefully it will. That's the other thing. Got Xerneas on my only moon ball. Wow, that's incredible. What a great ball to get it in, Roz. I love it when you get like, I feel like that when I got the Rayquaza from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I had one beast ball left, and I managed to get shiny Rayquaza in the beast ball. That was pretty special. So yeah, it's when those balls are so rare in those games. I feel like it's nice to be able to get a lot of them in Scarlet and Violet, but they don't have as like an importance or a special kind of catch, I guess, like they do in some of the older games where they're so rare to get a hold of, you know. Would be cool if they give Mega to baby Pokemon. Could you imagine, Spencer? Mega Munchlax. That'd be kind of cool, actually, if they had something like that where, you know, like they give Snorlax a Mega, but they also said, okay, well, yeah, Munchlax can Mega as well, but it was just not as powerful. But it'd be kind of cool to be able to have that interaction with any Megas that have baby forms, that the babies can Mega as well. It gives me mad like Dragon Ball vibes where we see like Gotenks and, you know, Goten and Trunks that can go Super Saiyan. Just imagine a little Munchlax going crazy. Oh, it seems like the shiny hunting is going fast. It's already close to 500. I know, it makes so much more of a difference doing it over the 2 carts than the 1. Imagine if we had another 3DS we could do it on as well. That would be wild. If I had another 2, that would be, I think, I don't know if I'd be able to manage the 4. We'd be able to do it, but yeah. The cost of the 3DS is probably what will prevent me from doing it. Wonder how comprehensive the Pokédex will be. Probably a smaller one than PLA. Not like 400 plus like the mainline games. Yeah, I can't imagine it being, especially being set in the city as well. It feels like it has to have its limits, because I guess that's one thing, you know, unless there is going to be more areas to explore. Like, I don't know, there could be something in game. There's no reason why we aren't going to be able to have something like a post game facility where it could transport us somewhere, you know, like an ultra wormhole scenario game, something like that, or raid den sort of scenarios. It could be something like that we see in the game, where we can access another dimension, another area. I don't know, there's stuff they could do, so the decks could be quite big, but yeah, from the feeling that I get, it can't be the same as what we saw in X and Y. It has to be smaller. I'd have said probably a good guess is around that like 400 mark. It feels a pretty safe bet. But you never know, we might get a national dex as well with it. I don't know, probably not. Remember when I was shiny hunting Regigigas in Pokemon Sword? I got it in 5021 soft resets. That's amazing. Is that amazing? No, because that's over odds in Sword and Shield. But it's still amazing that you got the Regigigas. That's still one of those really cool hunts. Must have taken so long as well with the resets going into the den every time, check and reset and come back in. Pokemon Legends Arceus Yveltal equals play. I was thinking something similar the other day. The fact that we didn't get a Mega Pikachu shocked me a little with how it naturally gets everything along with Charizard. Yeah, that's very true. Pikachu never got anything. I kind of prefer if we got Mega Raichu over Mega Pikachu, but it is a surprise that like Pikachu didn't get a Mega Evolution. With, like you say, like Pikachu always gets everything. Maybe this is the game where we get Mega Pikachu. Mega Pikachu would probably be quite strong as well. There's a train station in Lumios. Yeah, that is very true, yeah. I think Zeo would be more than 250 in the dex. Yeah, I would imagine so. It feels like too small if it wasn't. Yep, got it in a Moonball, nice. I think it would be very similar to PLA dex. Yeah, you probably... Along those lines, I would say it'd probably be around that sort of size. But it'll be interesting to see. Like the post-game content will be quite exciting to see. Like I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because we haven't even... I don't know what the main story is going to be like, but I always look forward to post-game stuff as well. And potentially, I think it's probably more likely that we get DLC content for ZA. I know we got the Daybreak update for Arceus, but it wasn't really a DLC, was it, in a way? But I feel like now they're more familiar with DLC content with Pokemon games. It's probably more likely that we get like maybe one DLC update for ZA, which would be kind of cool. Which then again could introduce like more post-game content, I guess, than what we already have in game. The Dunst, the Pikachu loving. Shiny Tracheon was 4,152 camp resets. I got a shiny Keldeo for completing the Crown Tundra decks, and 3 Dexes and Sword and Shield. That's super nice hunt for the Tracheon though, especially that camp method as well. Has anyone ever done any curry shiny hunting in Sword and Shield? It's always something I've always found like super interesting, but never really delved into too much. Never see many people doing shiny curry hunting, which is, it's a wild method to do. Mega Pikachu with Lightning Rod and a Light Ball. They don't have to hold the stones. Could you imagine? Yeah. Imagine the Light Ball is its Mega Stone. It's just like combination. Just make it even more busted than it would have already been. Dominic, how are we doing today? Do you know that Hot Wheels is making Sky Striker from J. Joe this year? Wow, that's cool. How will you be picking one up? Hope you're excited about it. Sounds very fun, my friend. Johnny, how are we doing, mate? How is it going? How are you feeling about the new Terror Raid event this week? Your favorite Pokemon coming to this, be a Mightiest Mark Pokemon. Very cool, mate. I think it's going to be a hard raid. I worry about the Salamence raid a lot. I think this is going to be, I said it when I did the announcement video. I was like, I made an error. I said I don't think this is going to be as hard as the Tyranitar raid. That's kind of true in one respect. I think this Salamence is going to be a lot harder than the Tyranitar raid. I think these pseudo legendary raids are going to be extremely difficult. We might get the odd one that has like a decent-ish Terra type where we can actually go after it and like wreck it pretty easily. But I think all in all, these pseudo 7-star raids are going to be tough, and the Salamence is going to be no different. It's gonna have Moxie, and I feel like it's going to be obnoxious to take down. And I really hope, like, the worst scenario is it has Moxie and it gets a shield like immediately. That's going to make it very difficult. There is a way to get around it if it does. We need Clear Smog to get rid of those stat boosts. But I do worry about that scenario. Very scary. I'm looking forward to the Lego range for Pokemon, as it can envision some crazy creations from people. I hope to see a whole Poke Earth made from Lego. It's going to be really cool. When does all that stuff start to drop, or has it not been officially announced yet? Very cool collab though. Did some shiny curry hunting for Sinistea, but I've stopped at 6k encounters. Wow. That is a lot of encounters. How long do the resets generally take, Jacob, with those? Is it? I'd love to do it one time just to kind of experience what that method is like, you know? Electros with Gastro Acid. Yeah, and Levitate. It's probably one of the better options. It's the one that comes immediately to mind. I do like Titan as well, because entrainment's kind of a real quirk to be able to get rid of Moxie. And then you've got the super effective damage. You've got a really good way to kind of boost yourself up with the Belly Drum. You've got the Snowscape to give you the defense boost, which is probably going to help you out a bunch against the Salamence in general. So I think that could be good. But Electros feels like the premier choice to start with. Whether or not it'll work, my only concern with the Electros is it going to be able to handle the special attacking moves well, like the Draco Meteors? Because you can imagine Salamence maybe coming into the raid, turn 0, going Draco Meteor, reset its stats, Dragon Dance, and then go into the raid. Something like that. And that Draco Meteor could hurt and make it difficult for Electros to kind of get a handle on the raid, you know? So, I don't know. Or we could see Rain Dance, Dragon Dance turn 1, so it's got the power boost to its Dragon Claw Earthquake attacks, and then it's got 100% accurate Hurricane in the rain. So there's a few things I think that it could do. Could even Focus Energy. That is an option on it, but I feel like because the Tyranitar went with Focus Energy, I don't think we're going to see that twice in a row. And Salamis doesn't have, well, it does have access to those higher crit moves as well, so it could go for that, but I just don't see them kind of repeating the same strategy 2 raids in a row. But we'll see. It's gonna be tough though. Yeah, that's my worry, Johnny. Electros does get bopped a little bit by those electric moves. It doesn't have the bulk that you kind of want it to have, which makes it difficult. I'm excited for Goodra, Excalibur, and Dragapult. Or I have Tyranitar. Yeah, they're gonna be really fun. Entrainment Truant with Slacking. Here we go. That's not a bad shout, Riley. It really isn't. It's bulky enough to that's actually okay. I will credit you if we end up featuring that as a solo build, because it could be quite good. It's slowing the ments down, and Slacking's got the bulk to be able to take the attacks well. It's just the annoyance of attacking every other turn. But if the Salamence is doing that as well, and online that would be actually quite a good strategy to do, I think. Depends on your cooking skills and how frequently you can get Charizard tier curry, since this one has the highest chance of getting an encounter. Oh wow, so okay, I need to brush up on my curry making skills. Oh, that's really interesting. Thank you so much, Jacob, for the info. It's always one of those that I've really wanted to know a little bit more about, so getting a bit more insight from someone that's actually done it is really great. 6k resets though. That is a lot of curry you've made. Because I'm guessing sometimes you do it like you say and you don't get the encounter, which is kind of annoying. Entrainment is a troll move in Dynamax Adventures used by the AI. Yeah, it's actually so good in raid battles though, for those annoying abilities that the raid bosses have. Skill swap Moxie onto yourself, your teammates. I love it, mate. Yeah, just start knocking your partner and Pokemon out. Yeah, get those boosts. There's always a part of me that's like, could we use Topsy-Turvy Malamar in this raid? I don't know if you'd be able to get away with it though. That's the only thing, because if that shields up, you're not going to be able to utilize it. The annoying thing about these raids is that they can't be shiny, so I'd be choosing between shiny Ments and big boy Ments. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? I think that they definitely missed a trick where it would have been cool if they just left the shiny raids at like full, because there's some raids that I definitely would have kept and went for the shiny with, you know. I mean, imagine going for the shiny starter 7-star raid every single time. Be kind of brutal hunts, but be cool when you actually manage to get one with the Mightiest Mark. Make that shiny very, very unique, which is something that you can't say too often in Scarlet and Violet. You've got a lot of the marks that make a lot of the shinies unique, but there's not many really unique shiny hunts in Scarlet and Violet, and that would have been definitely a way to do it. Jacob, cooking a curry takes about 3 to 5 mins each, depending on how sweaty you go on each curry. Only has a chance of spawning a Pokemon, obviously. Wow. So yeah, the resets take a while. That's a huge grind, isn't it? Do you think I'll get Scatterbug before 5 grass encounters? I do. Alex, I believe you will. I believe you get it in the next 20 encounters. Hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. I don't want to advertise in general, but there's some great vids on YouTube explaining the process of curry hunting. If you got any, Jacob, drop them in the chat. I'm sure there might be other people that are interested, but it's fine. It's good to share the work that people have put into it around in the community. So don't feel like you can't, mate. The Algar is the original alien. Even raises shiny chances. Don't see why they're so conservative with shinies in games. Yeah, especially when the rest of the game makes it very easy for you to get shinies if you want to, you know. Right, I think we'll do one more reset, friends, and then I'm gonna have to unfortunately wrap up for today's stream. But it's been amazing hanging out with you all. Thank you so much for coming by the stream today. It's been a great one. No luck unless this last one is a shiny, but hopefully we might get lucky with this last one. So we'll probably be back Friday to do the Deoxys giveaway. If not, then we will continue with this one because I want to prioritize this, and then next week we'll get into a real good schedule. Again, I'll try and drop the schedule for next week on Sunday evening on the community section of the channel, so you guys have an idea of when we'll be streaming next week and what we'll be doing. Might even drop in Dynamax Adventure Raid stream in between doing this and the other stuff that we've got on the channel at the minute. Moment of truth. Is it going to be the last one? A shiny Dratini? It is not, but it takes us to 543 checks for the Dratinis, which is not too bad. So we should get over that 1,000 mark in the next one and head towards potentially picking it up very soon. But Mew giveaway. We need to do the Mew giveaway. We've got a few left to do, so we will schedule that in. But have a great rest of your day, friends. Of course, tomorrow will be the raid going live, so we'll have the videos up for that one. And yeah, I'll catch you Friday for this Friday stream. It'll probably be around the same sort of time, probably a bit longer, able to go on a bit longer that day. So I'll hopefully catch you all then. But thank you so much for coming by today. It's been awesome hanging out with you. I'll see you all in our next one. So until then, friends, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.